Hello from Southern Ontario, Canada, May 10th. So in the police hive mindset series I'm talking about here, let's take a look at what transpired in Ottawa during the Freedom Convoy, protests in Ottawa, whatever you want to refer to it as. And I'll generalize on the time frame here, but let's say, for example, and it's pretty much, other than the time frame, true, the interaction with the police and the protesters was very comfortable for that time period. There were the Ottawa City Police there, and OPP, Ontario Provincial Police, started coming in, and thousands of hours of video footage from what transpired in Ottawa, but lots of footage of, people. It was cold, right? So people are going up to the cops. They're sitting there in their cruisers or standing leaning on their cruisers if the weather wasn't too miserable. Taking them coffees, hot chocolates. What do you want, pal? Some of Granny's butter tarts. No problem. Their interaction was smooth. No problem. And then in the last week, I'll say, before the enactment of the Emergencies Act, let's make that clear, they started shipping in cops from all over the place. A lot of them came from the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, and they were incentivized to go up to Ottawa by very generous overtime pay, travel, accommodation, meal allowance, and they kind of didn't talk about it a lot, but they didn't have to participate in the jibbies. That didn't seem to catch much air time, if you know what I mean, because at the time it was mandatory that they did. What kind of happened with all that mandatory stuff, I don't know what transpired afterwards. But anyways, again, going back to the video footage, most of those police coming from various other locales, they were younger police officers. And we saw the leaked text messages. I'll list two examples. One was when the trampled horse lady incident happened. One police officer had texted another and said, "Wow, did you see that yesterday? That was really cool. Can we practice that maneuver?" Whoa, that's kind of a frightening insight into that guy's mindset anyways. And there were a couple of more texts that surfaced that were along the line of, because I'm not even paraphrasing here, "Ooh, things seem to be heating up. Do you think we'll be able to bring out the billy clubs tomorrow?" Hey man, come on. I made a video about this at the time. You're supposed to be protecting the people, not getting all agitated to trample them and beat them to the ground. And then, of course, the finale of it was 2 days before the enactment of the Emergencies Act. The UN troops flew into North Bay, Ontario. It has surfaced since then. Those planes are registered to like Schwab Incorporated, Daddy Klaus. And they were the men in green. They were the rough guys. So don't ever forget what Trudeau did with that, and that it was planned, and it started with the devils and devils. I know I've wandered off the cops' hive mindset, but no real summation, just that's the story.